and there's a bird right outside the window, just screaming away. Of course there would be. Try to make a video and the birds are going to show up. Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt186 and I'm going to take a quick look at some cabinet speakers today. Some bookshelf speakers, one master, one passive, something that you can hook together and have for easy listening or possibly even use as kind of faux studio reference monitors. While they're not technically studio reference monitors, they are pretty nice. They're kind of like my Audio Engine A2 Pluses. They're not really studio reference monitors, but could you get away with doing that? Yeah, probably. The sound in them is great, and I know what most people are going to want to do is just jump right to a comparison. So we'll do that, talk a little bit about them, the three modes that they have, and pretty much that's all there will be to really say about that. These are the SR-02s, and this is what they sound like in comparison with my daily driver, the Audio Engine A2 Pluses. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably thinking, I didn't hear much of a difference there. I'll let any kind of comparisons you want to do, you know, fall on your own shoulders to go do. But there's definitely not much of a difference there for a much larger difference elsewhere, if you know what I mean. At least that's my take on it. Maybe you heard something a little different, but to me, they sound very comparable. Recently, I've had them hooked up and I've been listening to vinyl on them on my little Crosley record player, but there's many other things you could do, such as set them up with a TV, a projector, just set them standalone and go Bluetooth mode with them. So pairing them Bluetooth was super simple. On the back of the master speaker, you have a volume button that can also be pushed in to swap between the three different modes. The three modes being the standard balance, which you'll take two composites to connect them, speaker to speaker, left and right channel, and 3.5mm into a 3.5mm output on whatever device you're wanting to hear something from, as well as the unbalanced left and right to left and right composite cables. And the third mode being, of course, Bluetooth. The bottom knob does control additions like bass. If you want something a little more bassy, you can turn the bass up, albeit the bass doesn't get to a super bassy level. Now, it's a 4-inch woofer driver and a 1.25-inch tweeter. Now, in the box, everything you need to get started is included, including some basic speaker cables that you can connect between the two. Your typical speaker wires that most real big, intense people don't like to use. They like to pay a little bit extra and get something different. I've never noticed a difference using something else, so that could just be my ignorance to how much better it could be to get some separate, made differently by somebody else speaker wire. But this speaker wire that they include seems to work fine. One of the minor things I've noticed using the analog is occasionally I get a little bit of a hum, and that's probably because of overlapping wires. I can't seem to reproduce it for the effort of the video, so I'm going to assume I just had some interference coming over my speaker wire from them all being kind of crammed up behind the Crosley record player. And initially I didn't notice the hum at all, except for when I was in vinyl mode to listen to a record, which you can kind of expect to hear that recordy sound, the nice beautiful sound that an old vinyl record might give you. I wish I could play some of that for you, but a lot of that's copyright stuff, so I can't. You know, I was listening to some Julie London on it. Love Julie London. The speakers do have 4 rubber feet on the bottom. They're encased in a nice wood enclosure, which gives the bass somewhat of a nice, warm feeling. The wood cabinet helps to create that nice, warm, and wholesome bassy sound, and that's something I definitely appreciate. Each one of the cabinets stands almost 10 inches tall, and that's with the rubber feet on the bottom, but just shy of that 10-inch mark, so they're pretty decent-sized little speakers. If you're somebody that doesn't prefer the aesthetic of the grill or care about that doing any kind of helping with any pops or hisses, you can take the grill off. There's 4 prongs that hold it in, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. And if you'd much rather just see the tweeter and the sub and just have that aesthetic look of the speaker not being covered with the grill is easily removable on these. I hope you guys found this somewhat helpful and took a little bit away from it. I definitely think that these are worth consideration, and I had absolutely no high expectations of them. Anyways, you guys have a great day, night, whatever it is, and I'll see you in the next video that I do.